All right. 50, star, Algebra 1, and of course, TSI Alex. 50 to 86. Let's go ahead and do these. All right, first graph. You'll see that this is the original problem. So now, the new graph, g of x, is f of x plus 2. So f of x plus 2 means the graph goes up 2 spaces. Original, up 2 spaces. That's it. Done. Next one. There's the original problem, f of x. Next one's f of x plus 3. It does the opposite was in here. So if it says plus 3, it's going to go negative 3. It's going to move the graph over 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. The original, the new one. F of x, original problem again. G of x equals negative of f of x. Reflection about the x-axis. Here's the x-axis, so it's just going to rotate around this right here, like that. Or about the x-axis. Original problem again, f of x. Now, g of x is f of x plus 2 minus 2. Well, x plus 2 is the opposite. It's going to be negative 1 to the left. And then it's going to go 2 down. So negative 2 and then 2 down here. So negative 1 is going to be end up right here. Original f of x. The new one's going to be 1/2 of f of x. So it's going to, what it's going to do is going to compress the graph vertically. It means this way. It's going to squeeze it that way. So negative 2 is going to be 1. 1 is going to be 1/2, and 0 is still 0. The original problem. The next one's going to be g of x is f of negative x. Okay, what's it going to do? It's going to be a reflection about the y-axis. This is the y-axis. So what it's going to do is going to rotate this like that. Like that. So you're right there. Now it's going to be this way. The original problem. G of x is f of 2x. Compresses the graph horizontally. It's going to squeeze it this way now. So it still goes up, still goes there, but it's going to get squeezed this way. So then there 50. 51. Graph and find the area of the region bounded by f and the x-axis. So put this in the calculator. You're going to get a graph. There's some points on the graph. So this is from here to here. It's going to be there's 5 and one more 6. So from here to here is 6. And from there to there is negative 3. So it's going to be 3 spaces down. So area equals 1/2 base height. 6 and 3 is 18. 18 over 2 is a 9. So the area bounded is a 9. X-intercepts, negative 1, 0, 5, and 0. Y-intercept, 0, negative 1. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. Range is from negative 3 to infinity. Solve this. Add 1200 both sides. These are gone. 50x equals negative 5x plus 2750. So now you're going to go add 5x, that's 55x equals this number. Divide by 55, divide by 55, and that's going to give you a 50. F of x equals x squared minus 4. So, put negative 8 in there. F of negative 8 is what's going to be. Negative 8 to negative 8 is 64. 64 minus 4 is 60. Or negative 8, comma 6. Or you can put it in the graphing calculator also. That'll work also. F of x is 6 always. So it's 6, 6, no matter what you put in there. You can put 0 is a 6, 1 is a 6. So it's a horizontal like this. 0 is 6, 1 is 6. That's it. It's always going to be 6. So domain of this is negative infinity. And the range is going to be just 6. That's it. No x-intercept. The y-intercept is at 0 and 6. Alright, find the 0 y-intercept of the linear function. Y equals this. So to find the 0, set negative 2x plus a equals 0. Minus a minus a, negative 2x equals negative 8. Divide by negative 2, divide by 2, so x equals 4, or 4 comma 0. There's a point right there. That's a 0. Let's try x equals 0 to find the y-intercept. So put a 0 there, 0 there. That's going to be 0 plus 8, 8. So when we put 0, we got 8. So we have 0, 8, 4, 0. 0, 8, 4, 0. Put those points up there. There's a graph. X-intercept 4, 0. Y-intercept 0, 8. The y-intercept, there it is right there. Find the equation of the line, use the 2 points. So from this numbers, I'm going to take 0, -3, and 1, -8. Doesn't matter which one, but I take those two. So we got 2 points, put it in the formula. So negative is positive. That's going to be 5, and it's going to be -1. Divided by that, it's going to be -5. And 0 add to that, it's still 0. -5x, so add 3, minus 3, minus 3. These are gone. So y equals -5x plus -3. So we do have the 2 points. Put them in there and just connect the dots. Okay, y-intercept is 0, -3. Solve this. Set the first one equal to 0, second one equal to 0. X minus 2, add 2, so x is 2. 3x plus 2 equals that, so minus 2, so 3x -2, divided by 3, so x equals -2/3, x equals 2. Is -2 a 0 the given function? I don't know, let's find out. If you put -2 in there, you should get 0, maybe. Let's see. -2 is 4, that's -10 and 6. -6 plus 6 is 0, yep. So when you put in f of -2, you got 0. Since f of -2 equals 0, yes, -2 is a 0 the function. Or you can use the graphing calculator to put the numbers in, do it faster. Find the zeros of a quadratic function by factoring. So we're going to factor this. 30, all the possible numbers, I'm going to try 6, 5. -5, +6. Is that going to give you a -30? Yes. And 6 minus 5 is 1. So x minus 5 equals 0. Add 5, x equals 5. X plus 6 equals 0. -6 minus 6, so x equals -6. So 5 and -6. Or 5, 0, -6 and 0 are the points. Find the zeros of a quadratic function using the square root method. So here's the problem. Set that equal to 0. Add 36 to both sides. So x minus 3 squared equals 36. Square root of both sides. So that's going to give you x minus 3 equals plus or minus. Square root of that is 6. X minus 3 is -6. X minus 3 equals 6. Add 3. So x equals -3. Or add 3, x equals 9. So you have -3, 9, or -3, 0, 9, 0. Find the quadratic function using the quadratic formula. Okay, rewrite it this way. There's A, B, C. Put them in there. And A, B's in there. A and C. Multiply it out. So we have 36 minus 8 is 28. -6 plus or minus square root of 28 over 4. But 28, if I break it down, 2 divides it, 7 divides it. 28 is 2, 28 is 4 times 7. So we replace this with this, 4 times 7. So now, that's part 1. Let's go to part 2. So square root of 4, square root of 7. That one I can do is 2. Take a 2 out from the top and bottom. Numerator, denominator. So 2 times that is that. 2 times 1 is 2. So the 2's cancel. We have -3 plus or minus 1 square root of 7 over 2. Or -3 plus or minus 1 square root of 7. You don't need the 1. And then this is going to give you -3 plus square root of 7 over 2. Or -3 minus square root of 7 over 2. Find the real zeros of the quadratic function. Alright, so I'm going to factor it out. There's other ways to do it. I say this is what works. Let's see if we can check it. 2x and 5x is 10x squared. That turns out to -6. And this would be 15 minus 4 is 11. So it's okay. And use those numbers right there. So 2x plus 3 equals 0. Minus 3 minus 3. 2x minus 3. Divide by 2. So x equals -3 over 2. 5x minus 2 equals 0. Add 2, 5x equals 2. Divide by 5. So x equals 2 over 5. Or -3 over 2 is 0. 2 over 5 and 0. Graph this. Put it in your graphing calculator. Once you graph it, you're going to find all these different points in there. There they are. Do the trace on it. So now, domain, -infinity, this way. Range, it goes from the bottom, -infinity, all the way to where? 1. Bottom to the top. Max, it's a max, its vertex is right there at 1, 1. Axis symmetry is right there, x equals 1. The x-intercept is 0, 0, and 2, 0. And the y-intercept is at 0, 0 right there. Okay? Alright, let's go next one. And again, this is the x and this is the y. Alright. Graph this. Put it in the graphing calculator, run it, graph it. And you're going to get some points. Do a trace. So a -2, 0, 4, 0, 0, -8, and 1, -9. Once you have all these in the graphing calculator, you're going to have domain is negative infinity to infinity, because it doesn't stop there. The range, it goes from the bottom, which is -9, up to infinity. And minimum is 1 and -9 right there. It's vertex. X symmetry is x equals 1. X-intercepts are -2, 0, 4, 0. And the Y-intercept is right there, 0, -8. Same thing, use your graphing calculator, put it in there. You're going to get some points, do the trace. There's a graph. So now, domain is negative infinity, infinity, again, doesn't stop, left and right. Range, 0 and 8, because it goes to 0 and then it goes up. 0 to infinity, bottom top. Min, right here, it's a vertex, is 2, 0. X-intercept is 2, 0. And the Y-intercept is 0, not 4. And the axis of symmetry is right there, 2. X equals 2. Again, this is the Y, and this is the X-axis. This one, find a minimum point without graphing. Alright, since this is a positive, it means the graph opens up like this, without graphing it. So you know it's a min. So let's do the vertex. The vertex will give us that point right there. So negative b over 2a, f of negative b over 2 is the min. So a, b, and c, 0. Put the numbers in. Negative 10 over 10, it's going to be -1. And this is going to also be -1. F of -1 means put these numbers back here. 5 times -1 squared plus 10 times -1. -1 is 1. 1 times that is 5. That's going to be -10. 5 minus 10 is -5. Vertex is -1, -5. It's a min for that graph. Find the max without graphing. Same thing. Since this is a negative, it means the graph is going to be a max. It goes up upside down like this. So now put the vertex in there. A, B, and C. Put them in there. Negative b over 2a. b over 2a is going to be a negative by negative is going to be 3. F of 3 is, put it in there. 3 squared that. 3 times 3 is 9. Times that, 18. That times that, 36. That's like that. 36 and 18 is 18. 18 minus 2 is 16. So at 3, 16 is the max of this. Same thing, graphing calculator, put it in there. Put this exactly like it is. It's going to draw it something like this. Get some points on your graph. Domain, negative infinity, infinity, yep. Range, it goes from the bottom, negative infinity, to 8. Stops right there. Bottom top. Max, it's a vertex right here. This is the max, 4, 8. X-intercepts, 2, 0, 6, 0. Axis symmetry is right here. X equals 4. And it's increasing from negative infinity to 4. And it's decreasing from 4 to infinity. Find the max without graphing. Again, use a vertex. A, B, C. Put it in the formula. Negative 10,000 over 10 is 1,000. 1,000 and put it in the formula. 1,000, million, 5 million, 10 million. It's 5 million. So at 1,000, it's 5 million. It's the max. Use your graphing calculator if you want to. Solve the inequality. First thing you need to do is add 5, add 5. 4x is bigger than 12. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So x is bigger than 3. Or from 3 to infinity, or from 3 to infinity. Don't include the 3. Find f of -1. Put a -1 in there. And -1 to -1 is 1. That's 3. That's going to be -3 and 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Solve the equality. So minus 19 minus 19, you have -2x less than or equal to -4. Divide by -2, divide by, and if you divide by negative, you get to turn this alligator around the other way. So divide, so it's going to be x is greater than or equal to 2, including the 2 this way, from 2 to infinity. Graph. F of x equals 5 to the x plus 3. You can use the graphing calculator, of course. Here's some points. From the graphing calculator, you can do that trace on it. And what's going to happen is the graph's going to go like this. It's going to start slow, -3, 1, -2, 5, and it's going to go up and keep going up. It's going to start here and then go up. And there's going to be a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0. Domain is negative infinity, infinity. And the range goes from 0 up, not including 0. And the y-intercept is 0 and 125. You can't see it, it's way up there somewhere. Same thing, use your graphing calculator, put it in there, get some points on your machine. Once you get them in there, put them in there, graph them. So this one starts right there and it goes down and decreases. It's going to have a horizontal asymptote, 0. Domain is negative infinity to infinity. And the range goes from 0, not equal to 0, that way. And the y-intercept is at 0 and 2, right there. Evaluate some functions here. P of 0, here's the original function. P of 0 is this times 0.320, that's going to be 1, 1 times that, 100. This one, 100 times 0.301, that's going to be 0.3 times that, it's 30. This to this is going to be 0.27 times 100 is 2.7. You can use a graphing calculator to get those numbers, of course. Use the amount of results from the given investment. $100 invested at 6% compounded quarterly, that means 4, after a period of 2 years. So put this in the compound interest formula. Put 100.06 interest, 4 times 2 is 8. Put this in the calculator to the power of 8. Run it. You're going to get 112 points this number, or round it off to 112.65 because of this number here. Solve the systems of equations by elimination. So what we're going to do is multiply 2 and 1. See the 2 1 right here? Flip it. 2 times that, 1 times that. It's going to give you this right here. Add them straight down. You're going to get 9x, 0, and 18. So divide both sides by 9, so x is 2. Once I get one answer, put it back here. 2 times 2 is 4 minus that. 4 minus 4 is gone. Negative 1y equals negative 3. Divide by negative 1, so y equals 3. So 2 and 3. That's by elimination. By substitution, I'm going to solve one of these for y. I'm going to solve that one for y. So minus 2x, negative 1y equals this. Divide by negative 1, so y equals negative 1 plus 2x, or y equals 2x minus 1. I'm going to put this, substitute this back in that right there. So you have 2x minus 1 right there for the y. That one's going to go in there. 2 times that, so 5x plus 4x minus 2 equals that. 9x minus 2 equals that. Add 2. 9x is 18, divide by 9, so x is 2. I got one answer. Substitute it back in there in the first one. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1y equals that. Minus 4 on both sides. So negative 1y equals negative 3. Divide by negative 1, y is 3. This is solved by substitution. Alright, same question. By graphing, solve for y in the first one. This one here. Minus 2x, negative 1 is that. Divide by negative 1, so y equals this, or y equals 2x minus 1. Second graph, solve this one for y. Okay, minus 5x, 2y equals this. Divide by 2, y equals 8 that. So y equals negative 8, 5 halves x plus 8. So now, put this in your graphing calculator, y1, y2, and what's going to happen, you're going to see that they're going to intersect right there. Where they're going to intersect at 2 and 3 for this graph, and 2 and 3 for this graph. And the other point, 0, negative 1, and 0 and 8 belong to the other graphs. But they intersect right there, 2, 3. Graph this one. X minus 2y, just solve for y. So minus x, negative 2y is less than or equal to this. Divide by 2, negative 2, turn the alligator. Y is greater or equal to negative 2 and a half of that. Y is greater than half x minus 2. Put some numbers in there, put 0. 0 and that's going to be negative 2. Put a 2 in there. 1 half of 2 is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And 4. 4 times that is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we have some points. Put them on the graph. 0, negative 2, and 4 and 0. There's some numbers right there. And then, to make sure we need to know where it's up or down, I did a point. 1, 1. 1, 1 is in this area here. So if I put 1, 1 back in the original, does it work? Or put it in here. Let's see. Does it work for this one? 1 half of 1 is 1 half. 1 half minus 1 is 4 halves and 1 half. Negative 3 halves is 1 greater than negative 3 halves? Yes. So that means it's in there somewhere. Less than x squared minus 2. So graph this in the TI 84 graphing, whatever you have. Get some points. Now, is it up here or down here? So what I did is I did a checkpoint. I tried 0, negative 4 right here. Is that going to be Let's see, put it in there. So negative 4 goes here, and then 0 there. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2. So it's negative 4 less than or equal to negative 2. Yes. So that means the graph goes this way, shaded. Write the first 5 terms of the sequence. 6n, s of n. So s of 1 is 6 times 1. That's done. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. And 6 times 5 is 30. There's a 5 of sequence. This one. Multiply the powers on top. So 2 times that, it's going to be 18, negative 14. Rewrite it as positive 14 on the bottom. Multiply the powers. Put a 1 power, multiply everything by 3, negative 3. So that's going to be negative 3, that's going to be 6, that one's going to be 9, that one's going to be a negative 3. So rewrite this negative powers as positive powers. 888 is that, 777 is that, 512 x6, 343 y9. Find the area A of a triangle with base with a height of 6. Base is 4. Area equals 1/2 base height. 1/2 base height. 24. 24 over 2 is 12. The area of that triangle is 12. Find the area A and circumference of the circle. R is 6. So A equals pi r squared. 6 times 6, 36. 36 pi is area. Circumference, 2 pi r. So we put this in there. 2 pi r, 6 times 2 is 12, 12 pi is the circumference. Solve this. First thing, let's go and FOIL this guy out. X plus 1 is x squared plus 1x plus 1x, so x squared plus 2x plus 1. Same thing with this one. X squared minus 3x plus 7x minus 21. Put these together. X squared plus 4x minus 21. X squared plus 2x plus 1. Now bring all this to the other side. This one, copy it. Bring this positive x squared, negative x squared. Positive 2x, negative 2x. Positive 1, negative 1 equals 0. So now x squares are gone. 4x minus 2x is 2x. And that's negative 22. So now add 22 to both sides. 2x is 22. Divide by 2. So x is 11. So in this one. Put a 1. Negative 3 times that. Negative 3 times that. Negative 3 times all these. So we're going to end up multiplication by the powers. So you have 3 to negative 3, 4 to negative 3, 27, and 6. Rewrite it as positive powers. 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3. It's going to give you 64. X 27, 27, Y 6. Oh, 86.1 bonus extra problem. Write the equation on the line that goes to the 2 points. And then find M right here, 5M if it's on the point, if it's a point on the line. Put in the 2-point formula. So put the numbers in. This minus this is that. Negative 64 that is 32. 32 times that. 32 times that. Add 44. So y equals 32x plus 12. Now that's the formula. That's the equation of the line that goes to the 2 points. But what happens when you put 5 in there? Well, let's put a 5. 5 goes in there. It's 160 plus that, 172. So when you put 5, you ended up with what? 172 for the point. If y varies directly as x, find the constant of variation k and the direct variation equation for the situation. Y equals 145 when x equals 20. Last, you need to find y if x is 40. Alright, so y equals kx, because it varies directly. 145 in there. Divide by 20, so 7.25 is k. So now y equals 7.25 x, like minimum wage in Texas per hour. If you don't have a degree or anything, it's automatic. So now, last, let's find y if x is 40. So 40, put it in there. So 40 times that is 290. So that means when you put 40x for x, y is 290. And that's it. We're done. Good luck in your Star Algebra 1 and of course TSI Alex review. Good luck.